Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you have a great and wonderful day. And it seems that Mark Cuban has really gone off the deep end. The deep end of being a racist, at least, because he's completely emboldening and relishing in his actual racism. You don't believe me? I'm gonna show you. He doesn't really like white people very much. In fact, I think he pretty much hates white people entirely. He hates himself, which is interesting, really. But nonetheless, he does not like white people. And we're going to go over this. We have this from End Wokeness. Mark Cuban believes it's concerning if more than 10% of new jobs in the U.S. go to white people. 60% of the U.S. is white. Mark Cuban supports systematic racism and discrimination on the basis of race. It says, with that in mind, 94% of new jobs in the S&P 100 going to people of color sounds about what we ought to expect. It's not evidence of employers going to especially great lengths to hire minorities, or discriminate against white workers, or doing anything other than fishing where the fish are. If the percentage were much lower than 90%, that would be a cause for concern. Right, so hiring more white people is a problem, but hiring less black people isn't a problem. I'm confused on what you're doing here, Mark Cuban. I think we should probably have around 50-50, give or take. Granted, the country has a higher population of white people, obviously. So that being said, the hiring of white people is granted going to be higher. But this is an insane take for you, Mark. I don't know why you're allowed to be even, honestly, just to be the person that you are. Honestly, it's kind of disgusting. I don't really say that he shouldn't be saying these things, but at the same time, we're all getting to know the real Mark here. It says, I have to say that over the last 24 hours, I found X to be warm and welcoming. The diversity of response in both tone and content has been heartwarming. I didn't have to block one account with a large number of followers, but beyond that, I appreciate all the engagement. Mark Cuban has been overcompensating for admitting he's racist, and we're going to take a look at this here.
I know I'm prejudiced. I know I'm bigoted in a lot of different ways. And I've said this before, if I see a black kid in a hoodie at night on the other side of the street, bouncing, I'm probably, on the same side of the street, I'm probably going to walk to the other side of the street. I know I'm prejudiced.
So, apparently he's, also afraid of black people. But, this is not all new to Mark Cuban here. He goes on to say here, in his tweet, that, dear white people, we are the ones that need to change. This is not one man's story. This is almost every black man's story, which is why the problem is ours. We need to find our way to change what we do. There is no quick fix. It's a moral imperative. Yeah, so, trying to label all white people as these sick, horrible individuals is hilarious to me. And then what we have here is that, Death from Data Racer, what Mark Cuban really means. Oh, I hate every white man on the planet. So, Mark, buddy, I don't know about you, but I think maybe you should really just calm down on being a racist. Maybe just don't say it so flatly in public. I mean, do you, of course, but there's just some things that I don't think I would want my friends or my family to find out. Being a racist is one of them. And, perhaps you should just stop being racist towards white people. I understand that it might be hard for some folks like you because, you just don't like them at all. But I find white people to be, quite normal. My family is white, ironically enough. And I don't really hate all of them. I hate some of them, or don't really like some of them due to other reasons. But that's not all of them. And majority I find pretty okay, despite them being white. But you have an immense hatred towards them. You would label them as being being racist, as them being terrible people, saying that they shouldn't be able to get jobs because, of course, of what you said here, that as long as there's less of them getting jobs, that's a good thing. I really just don't see how we can like you at all, Mark. I think it's disgusting that you are the way that you are. I don't really deal with racism very well, specifically from anybody. And as of right now, it's pretty crazy. So, yeah. Bark, buddy, oh pal, cool it. It says, even from the rabbit hole, this sounds like a violation of the Civil Rights Act. You don't actually read anything, do you? You should read the website. It's a for-profit school. If they want primarily purple people eaters from Mars, it's their choice. In order for those Martians to become United pilots, they first have to progress through a purely meritocratic system. They won't hire any Martians before they are qualified. Makes sense now? So, again, yeah, I agree. I don't think he hires a lot of white people. I think he hires a lot of non-white people, and that's the same thing here. I just don't. It's hard for me to understand people like this, because people like this don't make sense to me. I never understood racism. I always thought it was odd. So yeah, even Elon Musk is, seeing the reality on his own platform. It's disgusting. And a lot of these people are showing their true colors, and it is what it is. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, 'cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.